Hey babe, yeah, my audition's in a few hours. I'm feeling good, but a little nervous. I would love to have something to kind of calm my nerves and help me feel prepared for today. Do you have anything for me?
Hey, babe. Yeah, definitely. I know it's a big audition you have today. So what we're going to do is just kind of what we covered over the last 3 weeks as far as our preparation goes. We're going to, one, alternate to get your body relaxed. Two, we're going to get your body grounded. And three, we're going to match the proper respiration and proper breathing with what you'll be singing. All right, so when it comes to preparing the day of your performance, we're considering the fact that you probably have a little space. We want to do something where you can literally prepare in sort of maybe a phone booth-esque space. And so our first strategy is going to be relaxed alternating movement. Okay, and what that's going to do is reduce a lot of maybe your nerves, your superficial tension that you've created just due to maybe standing for a long period of time, or just being, maybe having a heightened sense of, anxiety of your performance. Okay, and what I mean by that is basically we're going to move with as little tension as possible in a relaxed manner. Okay, and we're going to focus on each part of our body sort of alternating. So like one part of my body moves while another in relation to sort of a static part of my other body, another part of my body. And what I mean by that is we're going to start by just sort of coming into just what I call a retro step stance. What that means is that I'm going to put my weight in my left foot. Okay, I'm going to be on my left side. I'm going to open up my left hand, and I'm just going to start with my neck here. Okay, I'm going to breathe in and look to my left while keeping my weight in the middle of my foot. Okay, so I'm just really relaxed. When I start to feel a point of tension, I'm just going to come back and exhale. Breathe in. Come back, and we're just going to do like 5. And just kind of notice with each one, you might get a little bit more movement. From there, we're just going to repeat the same thing with the shoulder. I'm just going to kind of look to the left. I'm going to breathe in, open the hand up. Exhale, turn the hand in. Breathe in, open the hand up. Exhale, turn the hand in. I'm going to do maybe 5 of those. Last but not least, I'm just going to breathe in and shift back. Exhale and come forward. Breathe in and shift back. Exhale and come forward. So basically I'm kind of mobilizing, my cranium, my thorax, my pelvis, getting myself back in my heel. Okay, and then so to kind of cap things off, and this is kind of optional. People might look at you a little odd, but what we could do is just sort of alternate back and forth. Breathe in, exhale and switch sides. Breathe in, exhale and switch sides. And again, this alternating movement just helps to create separation in my body, open everything up, gives me some nice relaxation before I go into whether it be a vocal warm-up or the next step that we cover. So our next step after alternating movement, which really just involves sort of relaxed movement without really worrying about, feeling certain muscles, our next step is to get grounded by putting our feet in the ground. Okay, and that's really what that means, is getting our center of gravity sort of in the middle of our foot, maybe a little bit more back towards our heel. Our target here for getting grounded is feeling our hamstrings, because that's going to help to pull my pelvis under me and give me sort of a better starting position so I'm not already on my toes. Okay, it's going to pull me back a little bit. In order to do that, I'm going to bend my knees a little bit as if I'm coming into a squat. And when I do that, I'm not leaning back like that. I'm sort of putting my knees forward. So we can sort of get our weight to the inside of our feet and practice that a few times. So that's thing 1. Thing 2 is, okay, I'm pressing my feet into the ground, finding the inside of my foot. Now I'm just digging my heel back. Okay, as if I'm kind of like going like that. Okay, obviously I can't do that when I'm like in a kind of this stance, but I'm thinking about sort of pulling a little bit back towards my heels while keeping the weight on the inside of my feet. So that gives me some hamstrings. From here, I can just sort of open my hands up, put my eyes forward, breathe in, and exhale. Just focusing on feeling hamstrings. This position is going to help to open up my back a little bit more. Whereas the second position, same setup with my legs, I'm just going to do a tricep extension. Okay, so I'm just sort of not going like that per se, but just sort of not letting my shoulders roll forward, just extending my arms like this, finding my triceps, breathe in, exhale. It's going to give me a little bit more chest wall expansion. So Here we have our back, here we have our chest. That way we get our pelvis into a good starting position. We can also expand sort of the front of our body as well as the back of our body to get started. All right, so our last step is to utilize a breathing strategy that is going to allow you to start in a great position as well as use the right stuff to do the right job. And what I mean by that is that we want to optimize the movement of the diaphragm and the pelvic floor as opposed to relying on accessory breathing muscles, okay? So if you're nervous, you have high anxiety, you find that maybe going into a performance you start to maybe hyperventilate or short breathe more than you want to. That's going to upregulate the use of our neck muscles, our SCMs, our scalenes, that sort of thing. So by incorporating longer controlled exhales followed by a pause, as well as a breath hold, which is basically sort of dosing your body with the stress and then proper recovery, we're teaching our body to utilize oxygen better, as well as sort of to anticipate the stress that's coming and to stave off the need to or the desire to accessory breathe. Okay, and so what that means is that we're going to start out with our hands on our stomach, as well as sort of actually hooking around our rib cage, so we can feel the back, middle, and front rib cage. Okay, again, I would come into a slight knee bend. I would breathe in through the nose for a 4 count. And then just exhale through the mouth for about a 6 count to a 10 count. Followed by a pause. I would repeat that about 3 times, so we're kind of getting the idea of expanding our lower support, getting this full 360-degree exhale, inhale. Then we're going to just breathe in, exhale, leave about 25% of the air in. I'm just going to hold my breath to the point where it becomes mildly uncomfortable, but then breathe back in through my support. And then repeat that maybe 3 times, okay? And what that's going to do is, again, it's just going to sort of upregulate your body's parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. It's going to help to alleviate maybe some resting anxiety that your body is holding, and it's going to put you in the best position possible to take a deep breath in and out, kind of optimize the movement of the rib cage, but also stave off the need to accessory breathe when stress starts to raise again.